You're only struggling with change because you're scared. Because you're full of fear that if you give up your current lifestyle, if you give up your current version of yourself, that on the other side, there's going to be new challenges, new demons, things you can't handle, things you're not prepared for, things you never encountered. You're scared. But when you step back and analyze this fear, you realize that it's just the current version of yourself afraid to die, to lose itself. The current version of yourself is a form of energy. And if you change out of the routine, the frequency, the thought pattern, then it stops living. And there's room for a rebirth, a new version of who you are to come alive. But for that old version to stay alive, it has to give you fear. And you have to believe it. You have to believe the thoughts. You have to agree to the fear and accept them. But the beauty of life is that you have the opportunity in any time to change and grow and not accept the fears that the thoughts give us. We are free. Once we look inside and we spend time with ourselves, we're free from the thoughts. We're free to create. We're free. We're infinite. Any possibility inside of this world can happen, can come true if we believe it and if we adopt a lifestyle that is conducive for its growth. But first we must step into change, and that requires giving up the current version of ourselves. And to go anywhere new, to go somewhere you've never been, you have to become someone you've never been. That takes courage. And courage and fear are so closely related. Courage is the FU to fear. You say to all the fears and doubts and worries inside of your mind and your heart, you say, I choose to transcend whatever you want me to be, and I become whatever I choose to be. That is where the power is, and that's where the pivot and change lies, in your ability to deny the current self and to step forward with courage into the new you. Courage, man, it's so simple to say, have courage, but can you embody it? Can you truly live by it? You're gonna have to be unapologetically yourself. You are going to lose your current environment. You might lose friends. You might have to sever ties with certain relationships to step into the new version of yourself. Because a lot of the times, the people around you want you to stay the current version of yourself because it works for them. And they might blackmail you with love or fear, but most of the time they blackmail you with love because it's a lot nicer to be blackmailed by something that is nice. I love you. I don't want you to change. How about if I want to change? How about if my future requires me to change where I live, to change how I think, to change my lifestyle? You might lose your current lifestyle. I mean, you will lose your current lifestyle. You might lose your current friends and your family members, but you will gain something far greater. You choose the trade-offs. You choose what you want to live. But be true to yourself at all times, no matter the consequence. It comes with a lot of fear. It always goes back to fear. We don't change because we fear. Because even though it's not a stress to our physical, it's a stress to our emotional. It's a stress to our social. And that's something that we fear all the time. Will I be outcasted? Will I be this, that? Will I be loved? But first you have to love yourself. And if you love yourself, then you will always have love. But if you fear to change because you might lose the love of others, then you never had their love in the beginning. You just had their validation. So change, my man, comes with conviction, and it comes with being unapologetically yourself. And the foundation of all this is courage. Courage to step on the path. Courage to change. The courage to be disliked. And if you can embody that, if you can embody those virtues and put fear at bay, then whatever you want in this life you can have at this moment. Just step on the path and kill that fear.